Talking is not just about communication. It affects the way that we see color and how the brain can cope in crisis. Ability to talk also comes with mysteries. Does language really predict a breakup 3 months before the relationship crumbles? Number 10. Most people talk too much. Humans are hardwired to read social cues from others, but when it comes to stop talking, people flounder badly. In other words, they cannot read the signs that the conversation is over. Volunteers were asked to talk to each other. When questioned after, nearly 70% confessed they felt their partner had dragged the conversation. They were asked to guess when their partner wanted to stop talking. Most of them grossly overestimated the time the other person wanted to engage with them. Number 9. There is always that one guy who always refers to himself in the third person, but a study in 2017 showed that those guys or gals who refer to themselves in third person have better coping skills than the rest. Michigan State University hooked 89 volunteers up to various brain-reading devices and then zinged them with upsetting images or memories. As instructed, the slightly traumatized participants then talked to themselves. Some questioned themselves in a first-person way, while others used the third person. For example, John would say, "Why is John upset?" Those who comforted themselves in the third person, their brains dumped the overload of emotions within a second. Apparently, talking to oneself as if you were another person puts a little distance between you and the problem. This gives the brain more resilience against stressful emotions, which leads to better coping skills in a difficult situation. Number 8. A casual chat does not provide any real information. In this sense, small talk is useless. But as it turns out, that awkward conversation about the weather with a total stranger plays an important role in human relationships. It does not matter if the other person is a stranger, coworker, or a family member. Small talk cements a link with them. These links identify social roles, reaffirm friendships, and also keeps things friendly with strangers. From a survival point of view, during ancient times and perhaps even today, small talk is essential to bond with others in a positive way. Indeed, it could help to avoid a new enemy or a bad situation. Number 7. In 2013, researchers tricked volunteers. The latter believed that they were part of an experiment involving anagrams, but the real experiment was a person who just happened to be standing nearby and talking on a cell phone, eavesdropping. The volunteers got an earful of half a conversation. They were more distracted by this than when two people also happened to talk nearby. The full conversation did not attract nearly as much attention. As it turns out, hearing a one-sided discussion frustrates the brain. It desperately wants things to make sense. Not being able to follow a conversation hijacks the brain's attention. Eavesdropping, in this case, can be both hypnotic and annoying. Number 6. English speakers are familiar with the word huh. It shows confusion and that the listener needs more clarity from the speaker. This is called conversation repair. The other person goes huh. After an explanation, the conversation is repaired. Nearly every culture in the world practices conversation repair, but the most inexplicable thing about this is that a surprising number of languages use a sound that is similar or identical to the English word huh. Number 5. Older people share fewer memories. Although the reason is not clear, some people are less inclined to talk about past experiences as they age. When they do share a memory, older adults describe it with fewer details compared to a younger person. This was discovered when scientists eavesdropped on 102 elderly citizens. The group knew they were being monitored through a phone app. They weren't told what times the scientists would be listening. They were not told what the study was really about. After 4 days, a trend was starting. The seniors talked less about their memories, and when they did, they were less forthcoming with the details than the younger participants. It is plausible that age-related changes in the brain can be responsible. Number 4. Language determines experience with color. The eye can see millions of shades, but how people perceive those colors are affected by the language that they speak. This is because the brain views things in a way that makes sense or has meaning. Sense and meaning are, in turn, affected by the culture a person was raised in. Most nations have plenty of words for colors. Some have just a few, like Australia's Warlpiri, have none. Instead, they experience colors by describing them with textures. Number 3. Sleep talk is mostly negative. In 2018, scientists lulled patients to sleep in a laboratory on several dreamy dialogues. The results were in. Most of the sleep talk was nonsense. It did not mean anything. Some people even laughed in their sleep. The true sleep talkers who made sense and spoke using correct language, curiously, the majority were negative. When compared to the statistics of people who talk when awake, the sleepers said number 4 times more often. Some became aggressive. F-bombs appeared to be a favorite. It appeared 800 times. The crabby behavior is mysterious, but one theory could explain it. If correct, as the theory argues, dreams are natural simulations that prepare people for real life, fears, and dangers. Number 2. Language predicts breakups. Researchers wanted to discover if language could predict a doomed couple. The study trawled through 1 million online posts to find a hidden way that words might indicate that the honeymoon is over. The post showed a change between couples. It popped up as early as 3 months before a breakup. The most common shift involved pronouns. People started to abandon couple-related words like us, our, or we, for self-focused words like I, mine, and me. Number 1. Authors hear their characters' voices. Writers often become deeply involved in the fictional world. It was not until 2020, when researchers cornered 200 authors, a phenomenon that occurs between writers and their characters. A survey found that over 60% of the authors could hear their characters talk and 15% could converse naturally. The writers could distinguish speech patterns, unique to each character, but the real surprise was the way that the fictional behaved. Most authors encountered characters that acted as if they had free will. They did and said things the writer never planned. The study ruled out hallucinations and imaginary friends, which left no explanation. I hope you enjoyed this interesting top 10 video on talking and speech between humans and fictional characters. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. See you soon.